Okay, so now that Doug is off, that was for those people watching Doug on his doing his box. It was awesome. So thanks again, Doug, if you're on there. Okay, so today what I'm doing. Okay, so for you people out there, I'm not doing woodworking today. I'm doing my other model, which is this. Okay, so I've been fooling around with different designs on this, and I didn't want to make a really tight corner. Um, so what I did was I'm gonna have this thing end and end, which let's see if I got that. Where is it? These things. So I'll be hooking these things up. Um, I think some of them have lights or something that you can put in it. But anyway, I was gonna loop this, but it's such a tight loop. Even though the engine is small, I got like I got to the point where, well, maybe I'm gonna do something different. So I'm playing around with this pattern here. The only problem I have is right here, a little offset. Then I've still got to put my ballast in. So, or I can do this without a ballast and then just put the ballast rock on it instead. It is a little bumpy. It's not smooth. So Anyway, I was doing craft days today, so that's kind of a craft. Um, what I wanted to do was make one day a month or something, a couple days a month, whatever, a crafter's day too, so we could do things other than woodworking. And I do that. I make birdhouses. I do this stuff. What I was thinking about doing is showing a job, doing an episode on how you can take a door, a smooth backing door, Luan door is what they call it, and turn it into a train layout. It's just something simple, nothing big. Um, and it's kind of a fun thing because I can incorporate my woodworking with it too. You can make it really fancy if you wanted to. All right, so and I've done that before. You can make one where you can put it up in the ceiling in a garage, or you can make it fold up into the wall. That's kind of a cool thing. So, or just have it table legs underneath. That's pretty simple, not a big deal. So, I posted a couple of things on there today on my. I posted one thing on my channel here that was about fused glass. Now, my wife does fused glassing works, and from time to time, I'll post all the stuff she does. It's intensive. Forget about what I do. The wife really knows how. The boss does do it. In the next room over is a in our art studio in the basement. She's doing the glass stuff. She's got the kiln and all that kind of stuff. I've got my models and my woodworking on the other side of the door over here. So that's what's cool. I'm having enjoying myself. Hot days where it's really humid, I use this. Cold during the wintertime, I'm in here too. But I also have the Mustang, which is in the garage. And today, I chose to do this a little bit. So I don't know if it'll bore you guys or not. If any of you guys have any trains or hobbies, go ahead and shoot them out there and let me know. Maybe we can do something together. I've got rockets, model planes, cars, RC cars, you name it, I got it. Boats, I actually got boats too, and helicopters. So what I'm doing today is I'm trying to mark out everything I have laid out on here. I put pins, and these things are worth their weight in gold. These foam nails, um, I use them to go through a little bit and hold the track in place where I want it. Then I take a marker and then mark out where I'm going to put my foam board. So that'd be the next step. Um, I was going to try and do a circle, but the problem with the circle bit, it seems to be a little bit tighter than what I want it. So I'm kind of just backing off on that with this one. Who do we got on here? Hey, Alex, how's it going? Welcome aboard. Okay, so there's two different kinds of this stuff too, by the way. Some of it, this one doesn't have a seam in the middle, but some of them you can have the seam in the middle. So you can actually do some work with it. So what I'm going to probably do here is take this off, since I got this track on here. Now I have flex track and I got straight track. So the idea is I'm probably going to take and throw this and start from that end and go this way and pin it, because what I'm going to do is I want to get it out far enough. I'm just probably going to stop right about here with the foam. So what I want to do eventually is put the track in, get all this set before I do the mountains. Now the idea here is back here there's a trap door. You probably can see it, but it's vacant. It's a hole there. So I can get up in it. Track goes on through there and stuff. And that's so I can get the trains and clean off this stuff. So what I'm doing here now is I'm going to take and glue this board, this foam board down, pin it, let it set overnight, and come back and put the track on. What I want to do is kind of stop it here, maybe. I don't know. I may end up going flex track all the way around. There's some rigid here. I've got a lot of this stuff. I was going to do a crisscross pattern, but I don't think I could hit that. That's too much. So anyway, that's what I'm doing there. And I also have to put this on. See, now I'm using painter's tape too, masking tape to hold everything together. So what I want to do is put this on here though. And because that's where the what do you call it, the wires are going to go through. So I can hook it up there. My idea is though, I might move this too. I might move it over here. But again, I'm still working on that part of it. I want to get in there and be able to get my track put where I want it. Now I kind of goofed up a little bit by putting screening down there ahead of time. So I'll probably pull that off. See, we'll see. Now I've used a combination of foam board, styrofoam board, and plywood on this. And I think you're better off using Homosote. You can use plywood too, but you'll have fun trying to drive the nails that go through this. So what I've done in the past is I've got Gorilla Glue, but they also have a special glue you can use to hold things down that's made for this. So my suggestion is use the stuff that's made for like model building glue. You can use woodworking glue too if you want, but that stuff's expensive. I just use Gorilla Glue. It's cheaper than the stuff I buy. What do we got on here? What I got? Soggy? Nice to meet you guys. Yeah. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, I did. Okay, so now there's that, but there's also this. So what I'm doing here eventually is now, see, I'm sorry I had to move it, but it's shaking. All my switches are right here. And the roundhouse goes there. But here's the problem with the roundhouse. If I had to do this again, I would not do the way I did it. I would put switches here and split them up. The turntable is a pain in the butt to deal with. This one broke. I've got another one. It's manual. So what I'll probably do is put that in here like this. Problem is that hole is bigger for that. Now I have to get up underneath there. I do have a motor for this, but I don't know if it works. See, we'll find out. I could probably use this still, but I never did get that set up right. It's supposed to go around. and I'm supposed to be able to drive the engines from here to here up on that. So that's going to be an interesting situation with this. Now, because this you have to do manually. But if it all works out, I'm not going to worry about that. This whole thing, it's junk actually, in my opinion. It didn't turn out the way it was that I wanted it. So anyway, yeah, just put something across here. It'll be okay. Because I think this is supposed to be deeper. I don't know. I screwed up when I did it the first time, which is a long time ago. I've got all kinds of houses. I'm gonna have a little town square here with. I'm gonna have a little town square down here with circus stuff. Circus. We're gonna follow our circus thing. See, gotta put that together. So the donut. Gotta have a donut place, man. Gotta have a donut place. Excuse me. So now what I want to do is I want to glue my foam board down and have that ready so I can put my... I hope I'm not boring you guys either. Oh, by the way, in case anybody wants to know, okay, so here's what's behind that closed door. Well, there's the Dutchman's wood shack right there. See? There's my wood shack right here. Kiln. That thing's ancient history. It works still too, by the way. But I need to get rid of it so I can make more room. And so you can see cleaned up. It's actually clean for a change. So I don't know. I'm doing some remodeling at the same time. So there you go. But and it gets hot in here. So anyway, what I'm gonna do here now is I'm gonna get up there and glue that, but I have to go through the hole, and the boxes. So what I want to do now is pull all these off. Okay, so I did mark all these. Now I'm just gonna put them here. You can use them. So now at some point, if I want to change this, I could. But I think I got enough train stuff. Okay, so now people want to know what I'm doing now. Over here, I'm gonna make this a okay, hang on a second. I gotta do this so I can see where I'm going. Okay, so this castle comes apart in two pieces. The idea is I'm gonna put lights in this too. So now that's the trap door. Now the idea here is I'm going to make a berm up so you can't see that. Okay, so that's the same thing back there. I left the door off on purpose so that I can, and it's all in my head, like I know what I'm doing, right? Excuse me. Anyway, so now I have three different train layouts. The Lionel, the HO, the O gauge, that's O gauge. I have HO and I have N gauge. So this is N gauge. But here's my collection of N gauge stuff. And the HO's up there. And then what's in the boxes down here is all HO stuff too. So, and I also have a collection of space shuttle stuff. So, I'm an aeronautical nut too. I grew up in the home of where the space shuttle was built. So there you go. That's hometown pride, the pride of the Antelope Valley. Anybody who knew anybody in a small town worked there, building that. So anyway, that's a little history. So my whole idea here is I got to get up in here. And don't hold your breath. Gotta figure out which way to get in here. Oh no! I might have to do that. Oh, okay, so now. I told you it wasn't easy. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to pull this apart because that's not what I want anyway. Okay, so I'm going to take this. Now this thing is beveled. It's beveled on this side, so that's the upside and it's the downside. There's always a downside to something, right? Okay. Okay, so we want to take this, and then want to put that sucker right here. Just like that. Now, you want to make this thing last overnight, so hold it down. You don't really need much on a straight piece. So when you start turning them. Okay, so now, guess what? I think I left my other piece there. Okay, so now that's where I want to go with that. Let it set. Now, this is going to be where the castle is. All right. So, my predicament is, and I should have built this a little bit more. I might have to modify it a little bit, but anyway. I'm going to have to build some hills here. Kind of hide some of this stuff. So, that's not going to, if I have a hole here, it's not a big deal. Because the bigger ones that it shows that I, train places I've been, they have a hole in the middle. So, man, what should I do with my other one? Huh. Thought I had two of them back here. Anyway, that's that point. The rest of that I can almost get to, so it's not a big deal. Mainly to get to this, I also have that and this and that. So, I'm gonna have to be careful. I have track behind me, so who knows? I might just take this out a little bit. Anyway, I need a skinny kid in here is what I need. Huh. All right, so now I'm gonna put some glue on here. Actually, I'd probably put it in here. No, I use this glue. I use this glue for a lot of filling in holes in my woodwork. So, and it works good. Now remember, the tapered edge has got to be up. Uppers. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work. Every time I get into doing this, it's a pain sometimes. This stuff that's on here, that's plaster of Paris. That stuff really, really is hard to work with. See how it wants to move around? I can't get it to stay. Anyway, a lot of times you can take and cut them to make them fit right. Okay, so that's where that is. Okay, that's where that is. Do you want to hit more? Okay, so you see how it wants to bevel up, so you go to there. This stuff is not, putting this plastic down sometimes is a pain, but somebody's got to do it, right? It would help if I had, what do you call it, light in here. My light went out upstairs here. Okay, that works. That works. That works. You see how it bubbles up like that? It doesn't want to work. Well, the stuff I put on here before was kind of a pain. What did I do with that? Okay, there it is. It does, all it wants to do is bubble up. Bubble up. Yeah, this reminds me of the name of the drink, Bubble Up. Okay, so what you do, that's where these small pieces, sometimes when I make a tighter corner, you have to kind of go through and tighten it down a little bit. I just get it centered because it'll move around. Now, so the track is going to be almost like the same thing sometimes. It wants to move around, so you got to kind of be finicky, a little bit, play with it. Unfortunately, I didn't plan out this top right, but that works right there like that. You got to get that there. See, that's the point. The point. The point. And once you get it to lay down flat on the corner, it's not so bad. See, like right here going this way, it's not going to be too bad because it's all pretty straight shot. So you know what? I'm gonna try something different. Well, that ain't gonna work either, so I can just use this. Okay, so now I can go. When it's a straight shot, it's not too bad of a deal. So, um, just keeping it straight. Okay, that'll work. Now, see, you got your road bed put down, and now you got that taken care of. Now, that's part of it. So, what you want to do is, I made it so I can add to it too. So eventually I might do a cut in here somewhere. With Flex Track. Now the only problem with Flex Track is you have to be able to cut these corners. Cut the corners, get it? Cut the corners. Well, you know what? The next, I'm going to put that up there. All right, so tomorrow I'm going to put the track on if it dries right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and, before I put the track on, I'm going to cut the bubbles and notch them a little bit. But I'm going to probably put the track on tomorrow, and then I'll start building the hills. Now, the reason I'm doing this, because I can't put the hills in until after I have paper I put in there. So I'll be bunching up a bunch of paper. So that one there is going to have a long tunnel in it. All right. So what's going to happen here is this whole thing here, there might be I split it up about a foot away, and about here, same thing. I'm going to raise it up, and the tunnel is going to have like a hole in it, so you can see down the tunnel, and so you can see the end. I did the same thing over here on the one on the bottom here. I didn't do it on this one, but I can do it from down inside, which is not a big deal. So I'm going to mess around with the rest of this later, but I thought I'd show you. Okay, so now I'm going to be using this stuff like this over the top. I'm going to shape it, and then I'm going to put, then I'm going to take and put paper towels over the top of it, or crepe paper. And why I'm doing it like that and like this, I'll just tape it down there. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want it to look like, if I was to use a screen, you wouldn't be able to see the inside. You'll see the screen. This way, you'll be able to see the rough cut stuff. And I'll have to manage this when I go put it in, but that's what that's for. Anyway, I'm out of here. Y'all have a great day. Um, Again, Crafters Corners. You guys interested in Crafters Corners? I want to share my wife's fused glass. You guys are interested. My wife's fused glass is awesome. I'm going to do one on her. I want to do one on crepe paper and what else is there? Acrylic work, stained glass work, pottery. So, anyway, with that note, I'm getting off. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later.